Welcome to 3XP. I'm Chris Bridges, and today we will be taking a look into the games Destiny the Taken King and Sonic Adventure 2. I personally played Destiny and it bored the heck out of me. In Sonic, everyone knows the fan favorite where you spin around and destroy everything in your path. So now, Jacob, we're switching it over to you to discuss Sonic Adventure 2.
Thanks, Chris. Sonic Adventure 2 is a 3D Sonic game that was originally released on the Sega Dreamcast, then ported to the GameCube as Sonic Adventure 2 Battle referring to the new multiplayer mode not originally in the Dreamcast game. Then it was ported to Windows, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. The game has two stories, one called Hero and one called Dark. Both are the same story from different perspectives. After completing both, you unlock a third story called Last, as it wraps up the game in one final mission. Hero includes Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails the Fox, and Knuckles the Echidna. Dark follows Eggman, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Rouge the Bat. The story is about Eggman waking Shadow to assist on taking over the world with a weapon of mass destruction called the Eclipse Cannon, which is located on a space colony called Ark, and has the power to destroy Earth. The actual story gets a little dark, but the acting, like all Sonic games, is so cheesy that it breaks the intenseness of the cutscenes. Even though this could be seen as a bad thing, you have to understand that this game comes from a time where groundbreaking dialogue and narrative wasn't very important for video games. I find the cutscenes enjoyable because I can get a good laugh.
Sonic!
Eggman Empire! Yeah, right!
What the heck's going on here?
Had the cheesy acting and weird animations for the acting. For the gameplay sides of things, there are three types: speed missions, mech missions, and treasure hunting missions. Speed missions are played as Sonic and Shadow, and these involve high-speed 3D platforming. These missions are pretty much what you expect from a Sonic game. The mech missions are played as Tails and Eggman. In these missions, you go around in mech suits that can target enemies and shoot them. Your objective, just like the speed missions, are to get to the end of a linear level by going into a goal ring. The third gameplay type is treasure hunting, played as Knuckles and Rouge. You get a hot-cold radar on the bottom, and there are monitors around the level that give you hints. Simply find all three things to win. There are multiple different locations the objects can spawn, so it can be different if you play a level more than once. Another part of the game is the Chao Garden. In this, you can raise Chows with items you find in the story mode, and have them compete in karate and races. I don't have a lot of experience with the Chows because it's very time-consuming to evolve them. There is also a multiplayer mode that includes many unlockable minigames to play in split screen. Overall, I highly recommend this game as it is one of the best Sonic games, and also one of my favorite games of all time. I highly recommend picking up the air necklace in the hero mission Aquatic Mine. There is a part in the last mission where breathing underwater for a long time will be really useful, and this level is almost impossible without it. So that's why, honestly, pick this up. I've had a problem where I didn't know this item existed, and I could never finish the last mission, and I had to look it up. I was like, oh, I'm missing this item. So, yes, pick this up. You are gonna need it. I was playing the level Security Hall in the Dark Story, and you have a time limit of 5 minutes to find 3 Chaos Emeralds before the place blows up. The second Chaos Emerald took me some time to find, so I had to frantically search for the last one, and I managed to get it with only 17 seconds left. Man, that was close.
Not too bad, I guess.
And we are back. Thanks, Jacob. You seem to know a lot about the game. On to our next feature, Destiny the Taken King. Brett, try not to bore us with this. Take it away.
Thanks, Chris. Today I'm covering Destiny the Taken King. The Taken King is a gigantic expansion that, in all honesty, is 200 times better than the original game. The new missions have a ton of diversity and look really cool. There's a new patrol area called the Dreadnought, where most of the new missions take place. The basis of the story is that previously you killed the son of Oryx, or Crota, and now Oryx wants his revenge. So, Oryx has an army of the new enemy called the Taken. The Taken are created by a power of Oryx, which he can rip them into another dimension and spit them back out as a shadow being, but more than the real shadow. This new enemy is stronger and can teleport. This adds to some more things to think about when mowing down enemies with weapons. Speaking of weapons, they revamped the light level system, and it's a lot better than before. Now you can go from level 1 through 40 with experience. Before it was only level 1 through 20 with experience, and 20 through 34 with having more light on your gear. In The Taken King, when you get to level 40, you still have a light separate from your experience level. Your new light is numbered based on your total attack and defense. Having a high light past level 40 gives you access to high-level endgame activities like the new raid and events like Trials of Osiris. This makes it more fun and limits some grinding, which was a major complaint of Destiny before. Besides the epic story, strike, and raid PvE activities, there's also a PvP mode called the Crucible. This is a competitive mode in which Guardians slaughter each other for fame. There are normal modes like Clash, Control, Rumble, and Rift. Clash is pretty much team deathmatch, Control is similar to Call of Duty's Domination, Rumble is a free-for-all, and Rift is a game mode where you take the light from the middle and plant it in the enemy's rift. There are also quests that you get from the tower, which is the social area where you buy stuff, and they give you different things to do in PvE and PvP to get rewards. They sometimes also unlock new missions. There are also bounties that are like quests but usually have a single step and not so complex. Now you can turn those bounties from the quest screen without having to go back to the tower, which was also a complaint. In the end, Destiny is a big game, and I recommend you get it. Now I'm going to give you a little tip on how to get some legendary gear. I recommend that you play every Nightfall Strike weekly and the Heroic Strike playlist. Doing these strikes will give you a chance at legendary engrams, and the first couple strikes you play, you will get legendary marks which you can use to purchase items at the tower. This resets every week, and they also have a weekly Crucible game mode, and you get marks for the first 3 matches you win. And with luck, Jacob was using a new Warlock super called Stormcaller and wiped out the other team all at once. Check it out.
Enemy runner ignited your rift. Double down. 3 opponents down. Fantastic work. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of 3XP. Thank you, Jacob and Brett, for joining us. Be on the lookout for this week's poll of which is the better platformer, Sonic, Mario, or Banjo-Kazooie. In my opinion, Banjo-Kazooie takes the crown. But go and vote for that at our 3XP Lampbeard Twitter page. And for the results of last week's poll, drumroll please, the Xbox One came out victorious. Well, until next week, I'm your host, Chris Bridges, saying make sure to like and subscribe. What'd I do? Art, please. What'd I do? Fire. I'll take it.